I keep getting comments from this person, and I think they're screwing my words a little bit, because in my pinned comment, I explained that my experience with plurality is what helped me find out about certain things. And plurality is an umbrella term to describe the phenomenon of multiple beings or consciousnesses encompassing one body, and it can be experienced in multiple different ways that don't have to do with a CDD. You can experience plurality outside of being a system, but it's going to be a completely different thing from DID or OSDD. You cannot be plural without experiencing plurality, but you can experience plurality without being a system specifically. People with Munchausen's, borderline personality disorder, schizophrenia, autism, maladaptive daydreaming disorder, they can experience symptoms that are very similar to DID and OCD and other dissociative disorders, where it feels like they have multiple people or multiple states of themselves, but it is a completely different thing from DID. Plurality does not mean alters. A lot of other disorders deal with a very broken sense of identity, and it is not the same as a systems. It is completely different, but it is something that happens. Plurality is not a DID, OSDD, CDD specific term. That's why I specified so much in my pinned comment that I am not a system. I just experience plurality in a different way. You do not need a complex dissociative disorder to experience symptoms of plurality. But you cannot be a system if you are not plural, because being plural is a specific type of plurality. I never claimed to have the disorder. In fact, if you look at a lot of my other comments talking to people, I specifically tell them that you cannot be a system if you are not plural. I literally went under evaluation and lived several years of my life under dissociative identity disorder before I figured out that's not what it was. That doesn't mean the plurality that I was feeling was faked. It just wasn't that specific type. It's invalidating to say that people are faking their plurality just because they are not a system, because again, plurality is not a specific DID OSDD thing. Plurality can be as simple as different states of ego, which is probably what I have. Plurality does not mean alters, but you cannot be plural with alters without experiencing plurality, if you get what I mean. I never once said you could be a system without being plural. That is the complete opposite of what I've been saying. And like you said, alters are a specific form. They are a specific form of plurality. They are not the only type. A lost and broken sense of identity can often come off very similarly to DID, but it is not the same thing.